Thank you. Hey, every time I do a school and they give me a couple of minutes, I always make sure I let everybody know who I really am. Like I said earlier, my name is Reggie. I speak in public schools. I get to do this all over, but I think the reason that I say I'm the best is because of the way I do it. I don't play no games, I just tell the truth. Now that we kind of know each other, I'll tell you the truth. I had a dream when I was a kid. From 8 years old to 21 years old, I had a dream. A lot of times when a brother cracks jokes and makes people laugh, they don't get an opinion of who he is. Or even when they play something like that saxophone the way I do. But I'm going to be honest with you. There's no better way. I can't set you up for the next phrase that's coming out of my mouth except to tell you this. I tried to ease people into this, but now I just figure I'd just say it. From 8 years old to 21 years old, I didn't want to be rich. I didn't want to be famous. I did not want to be known. All I wanted to do was die. I cannot put into words the darkness in my life. I won't even try. Except to tell you this. I'm not ashamed anymore. You see, my past is my history, but my future is my destiny. I can't change where I'm from, but I can change where I'm going. My sole reason for being on this gym floor and for your teachers, faculty, and staff letting you come here is because I just don't want nobody to grow up like me. Nobody. Let me explain. When I was 8 years old, my mom and dad came to school for parent-teacher conference. Y'all remember those, right? When we left the classroom, I noticed something. All my friends were with their parents, and I noticed that my friends' parents were young, and my parents were old. I was taught if you got a question, ask. Never be afraid to ask. In the car riding home that night, I yelled to the front seat. I was like, "Hey, why y'all old?" Okay, don't ever do that, all right? Because that could get you in trouble, all right? When we got home, my dad said we got to talk, so they put me at the kitchen table to have a talk. Anybody ever been to the kitchen table to have a talk? If you haven't, don't go. Look, if you don't smell food, run, all right? When we sit down, my dad started. My dad looked at me. My dad said, "There's a plan for your life. We're going to help you find it." My mom looked at me and she said my favorite word. My mom said, "Baby." Okay, I like that. Okay, I'll be honest. When I was little growing up, I thought my mama was magic because every time she said baby, my darkest night had a light, my cloudiest day had sunshine. No matter what I was going through, I could make it because mama said baby. I know y'all like big old black man love his mama. Yes. I'd give anything to hear her say that just one more time. But everybody has to die, don't they? Even good people have to die, don't they? My mama started crying. She cried so hard that my dad moved chair. Hey, anybody ever have something happen in your past you wish you could change but you can't? You wish you could forget but you can't? 10 minutes my mama cried. Finally my dad, he's holding my mom saying, "Tell him, tell him, tell him." Finally my mom looked up and she said, "Baby, I'm sorry. I'm old because I'm not your mom." And my dad whispered, "I'm not your dad. I grew up in foster care." Dude, that's the good part. I mean, there's a lot of brothers and sisters, even that can hear my voice right now, you're in foster care. But it's the next line that came out of my mama's mouth that really hurt. My mama said, "I can't tell him, I can't tell him." And I'm thinking to myself, what could be so bad? And my dad looked at me and said, "You have a brother and you have two sisters. They're twins. Your mama, she kept them. She gave me away." Thank you, baby. That hurt. That hurt. Hey, look. I like this school. That don't happen often, I'm just saying. Hey, look. You gotta understand. Remember what I told you. I'm all right, y'all. I'm all right. Come on, I speak to 1.5 million kids every year. In 2013, man, forget the 29 states that I do in America. Dude, this week alone, I was in Atlanta on Monday. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was in Dallas, Texas. I flew back last night just to be with you today. And then tomorrow, I'm in North Carolina with some group, some band, some dude called Toby Mac. And then on Sunday, I'll be in Tennessee. Then on Monday, Ohio. Then on Tuesday, West Virginia. Then on Wednesday, I'll go to New York City. And on Thursday, I'll be in California. And on Friday, I go home and take a nap. On March 28th, I get on a plane and go to New Zealand. From New Zealand, we do Australia. Australia to Indonesia. Indonesia to Malaysia, Singapore, China, Japan, and the Philippines. Then I come back and finish my American tour. Then this summer, I go to my favorite. I go to Africa. I'll be in Sudan all the way down to South Africa. Then I come up and I'll go to Israel and do schools in Egypt. Then I get to go back up to Germany and Russia and the United Kingdom and then Ireland. And then I'll go up to Iceland and before I come home. And then it starts all over again. You know why? Like I said, I just don't want anybody to grow up like me. Here's the deal. Can I just be honest with you? Everybody hurts, don't they? I was in a school not long ago and they said, help us, Reggie, help us. Do your thing, but we want you to help us. I said, what do you want me to do? They said, we're trying to teach our kids that the choices they make today can make them a hero tomorrow. I said, that's a good line. I like that. When he left, I grabbed my phone and I Googled teenager hero. Google came back and said that you kids, y'all like 5 superheroes. Google said you like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Wolverine, all right? Now stop, look, Batman, he ain't no hero. Batman ain't nothing but a brother with a fanny pack, all right? He be pulling stuff out, getting out of trouble, he no good. Superman, there's something wrong with him. He wears underwear on the outside of his clothes, all right? Look at me, if you a freshman and you go home and you plan and some dude come up to you with his underwear on the outside of his clothes, stranger danger, stop, drop, and roll, 911, mama! I'm just saying, all right? That ain't right. Now then there's Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man. Clap for Spider-Man. He my boy. I love Spider-Man. Matter of fact, I wish I could be Spider-Man, but I can't. I'm too fat. It ain't gonna happen. Even if I could shoot a web, I'll be running down the street. I can't get off the ground. Shut up, man. He ain't laughing. All right. Iron Man, woman. Now here's the deal. Here's why I like your generation, because y'all think. When I first heard that from Google, I said, Google's got to be wrong. Then I started thinking about it. It hit me. Batman watched his mom and dad get robbed, shot, and killed, and he still became a hero. Superman found out in the 8th grade he's from a planet that blew up and he's the only one of his kind. Superman found out in the 8th grade that he's from this planet, has all these powers, but he can't tell nobody. So Superman would go to your school, sitting in the middle of a crowd, surrounded by friends, but he's all alone. Why? Because he got a secret and can't tell nobody. Hey, look, let's be honest. We all got secrets, don't we? Everybody just say, mm-hmm. Spider-Man had an auntie who said there's a hero in everyone, there's a hero in you. Iron Man came within an inch of losing his life before he realized he could save the world. And Wolverine, that brother can't remember nothing. He like a dude on crack. But while he's trying to figure out what to do with his past, he decided to be a hero in his present. I'm only serious a couple of times, and I'll take this opportunity now. There's somebody in this gym. You woke up this morning about 3:05 a.m., and you thought about your life, and you said, why me? There's somebody in this gym, something happened in your past. It was something that your mama said, or something that your daddy did, and it hurt so bad you don't think you can go on. I need you to listen to me. There's somebody in this gym, it hurts so bad that sometimes it's even hard to breathe. I need you to listen to me. You just hold on. Someday we'll all know that you're a hero. Just hold on. I just don't want nobody to grow up like me. When I was in high school, I had an English teacher who made us write poetry. Look at me, I'm not a poet. No, I eat poets. First day she walked in, she said, okay kids, I want you to write about something you love. So I wrote this poem. I like football, yes I do. I like football, how about you? That's a good one. She didn't like it. Second day she said, whatever on your mind, write it down. It's got to rhyme. So I wrote this. Roses are red and violets are blue. I think you ugly and I know your mama is too. All right? She really didn't like that one. Last day she walked in, she caught my attention. When class bell rang, she said, everybody sit down. She said, I almost didn't do this, but I will. She said, this is gonna be the hardest class you've ever been in your high school career. And I'm like, wow. She said, to write this one, I need everyone to close your eyes, go back in your past to the saddest day you know, and I want you to write about it. Now I was 16, this is what I did. I just love doing that. I closed my eyes, my brain. I went back 10 years old. I grew up in a big city, right? When I was 10, my mom and dad let me ride the city bus to school. So I'd leave my house, go to the corner, get on the bus. Go downtown, get off the first bus, get on the second bus. It would take me to school. That day, I got off the first bus, I'm running to the second bus. I ran into a dude. I didn't even see him. When I hit this dude, I looked up and I went, excuse me, sir. He patted me on the head and said, excuse me, son. Moved me out of the way and he kept walking. Now I'm 10. Remember, 10. You weird when you're 10, all right? First thing I thought of was the color of this dude's skin. Now look, I'm not the darkest brother in the world. I'm not the lightest brother in the world. Where I'm from, we call this shade right here Carmelo. It's a good shade. Yeah, it is. Holla. I'm just saying, all right? He was Carmelo. Second thing was, when I said, excuse me, sir, he said, excuse me, son. No one's ever said that to me. When he walked away, my brain goes, he Carmelo. He called me son. He my daddy. Now I know it sounds funny at first, but what I did next was wrong. I totally forgot about school and I followed him. Now I know, man, there's something wrong with me, all right? He turned left, I turned left. He turned right, I turned right. He walked into a government building with security. I couldn't go in. I'm standing on the sidewalk, people walking by, and this one thought went through my head. All I thought was this: nobody cares. And I froze. I put my hands in my pocket, I stared at the ground, and I cried. I could feel the breeze of people walking by. My brain goes, you gotta get out of the way. I tried to move, but and you know what's crazy? They saw me. The people walking by. They saw me crying. Nobody stopped. Nobody stopped. A couple of weeks ago, I was at the Super Bowl. Me and my wife was walking down Bourbon Street. There was a lady on the corner begging. Man, she looked really bad. She was old. There was a guy in a suit in front of me. He walked by her, looked at her and said, get a job. So I tripped him. Literally, he fell down. He looked around and he goes, you tripped me. I said, yeah, get some balance. I said, what gives you the right to say stuff like that? I just think somebody should hold you accountable. Now you're accountable. You can do that when you're big and black, all right? What made somebody say that? Why would you say that? Why would you do that? Why would you treat somebody that way? Because you're hurt. I know I'm different. I don't want to be normal.